Hey everyone, this is Project SBC. I want to give you an update on my small form factor gaming PC project, specifically the GTX 1650. So here I have the Zotac GTX 1650, and I've been waiting for this GPU for a couple reasons. First, it doesn't require a 6 or an 8 pin power connector. That's really important for me. I want to keep all the power through the PCIe slot. I don't want to have to deal with the extra wire routing that's associated with that cable. And I don't want to put my power supply too high on its overall capacity. I want to keep it around 50 to 60%, and keeping this at 75 watts will do that. I did consider a 6-pin power connector option, and I actually have a 200 watt Xbox 360 power supply that I took the connector off the end, and I did hardwire a 6-pin connector on. I didn't get around to buying something like a 1060 to actually test that on, and I don't know if I will, but the 200 watt power supply may be able to handle a 1060 without reaching the total capacity. So for anyone who is interested, I can give you some more details on that, but I'm probably not going to pursue that. Some of the other reasons for this card specifically was performance, 1080p performance. There's not many cards that have no 6 or 8 pin power connector and can get 1080p. The 1050 Ti was another option. That is also 3 years old, and buying new, this cost $150. The 1050 Ti is in that ballpark still. If anyone wants to take this project on, you might be able to find 1050 Ti's for cheap on like Facebook Marketplace. I saw some that were $90, $100, $110. So you probably could get a really good deal and save some money there. But for me, the 1650 was a no-brainer. I wanted to buy new, and for the cost, there really wasn't another better option. So here is the whole setup. The card here is, and I'll give you the dimensions real quick, 38 millimeters in height. It is 151 in length and 111 in width. To give you an idea about this total build, this orange wall and this orange wall are 200 millimeters apart. So if we do, say 220 millimeters by 45 millimeters by 160, the build volume is going to be around 1.8 liters. And for a small form factor gaming PC, that is small. For comparison, the Intel Nook Hades Canyon is 1.2 liters. And that's built by a Intel, and they've got a lot of resources to make that as small as possible. Considering that I could probably get that down in that ballpark, that is impressive. Let's go on to some gameplay footage. This first game here is Naruto for the Wii, an emulator. I do have the resolution set up 3x 1080p. You can see the frames per second in the top left corner. For the most part, the game's at 60 frames per second. I'm also using the built-in Windows 10 capture function, which may take away from the performance a little bit. But I am thinking about getting an Elgato capture device here shortly. Next up is Apex Legends. The settings are 1080p, medium settings. You can see the frames per second in the top left corner.
Body shield here. Level 2. Ultimate accelerant here. Level 3. Helmet here. Level 2. Optics here. Sniper. Sending out my decoy. Zipline deployed. Target spotted. Making contact with enemy. I am taking fire, friends.
Round 2.
Opening fire.
Countdown.
Shoot up. Getting shot. I have been down.
Reloading. Reloading.
Hostile close.
Just us.
Shot fired.
Breathe easy. You lost this one.
Last up is Fortnite. This is 1080p, medium settings. You can see the frames per second in the top right corner there. I did not have FPS monitor downloaded when I took this. Here's one other thing I'd like to mention. NVIDIA put out a hotfix for their drivers. Apparently there was a process which was taking an abnormal amount of CPU usage. I did not apply that hotfix. I will wait for the next stable release, but that may impact the frames per second seen on these games since the CPU is a bottleneck on the LattePanda Alpha. I'll take a look when it comes out and see if there's any frames per second gains, and I may post another video about that. So if you enjoyed what you saw, please hit the like button. If you want to see more, hit subscribe, and thanks again for watching.